Hey everybody, welcome to the MumFreedomPreneur Hangout. I'm Valerie Jampolsky of Abundance Now, and I got Greta Campagnola, wonderful mama of half a dozen. And we got some other folks that are coming. Sarita can't make it today, but she sends her love. And I don't know if the folks from Australia are coming on, but I've got a great topic today. We're going to be talking about how to create abundance from anything whatsoever. Before I get into that, just quick for those of you that don't know me, I'm a single mom. I got twin, now 5-year-olds, because they recently turned 5 years old. And they wake up, and if they come running in, I got a naked kid alert. The one time I forget to do a naked kid alert, I usually have some kid running through naked in the background. And we've had a little bit of construction going on in the background, so a little bit more paraphernalia around me right now, because we're just a little bit of a process here, but it's all good. And I do, I'm a mumpreneur. I do my business so that I can not only be at home with my kids, right? Because I used to be an entertainment attorney, but not only be at home with my kids so my kids are raised by me and not nannies or daycare, but because I can talk about powerful things of abundance, powerful ways of being in the world that really makes a difference in people's lives and helps people transform their lives, not just financially but personally, how they are in who they are and how they are in the world, and that feeds my soul. So that's why I do what I do. So Greta, you want to hop out for a sec, and then we'll get into our topic of the day.
Yeah, sure. I've got a lot of background noise right now. As Valerie mentioned, I am a busy mompreneur of half a dozen kids, and yeah, it's just yesterday was actually my oldest 13th birthday, and it was an amazing day, just from like the moment we got up, like all the way through. Especially the way it started off was just beautiful. I guess I'll just quickly just say a little bit about my background and such. I guess I've been online for a couple of years now, and it's been such an amazing journey as far as this topic goes as well, because before I started, I was struggling with my mindset, and I was on welfare, and just our family was going through tough times, and it's really I'm so grateful to be a part of this community and be doing what I'm doing now, because I know that I wouldn't be where I am today. I know our family wouldn't be where we are today. I wouldn't be on this hangout. There's so many things that have completely shifted and transformed in my life, and our dynamics and everything within our family has just brought so much joy into my life, and we went, and I started to visualize things that I wanted for my family, and now I'm realizing more and more that even though I still have further goals, I'm living my dream life right now. And it was a true testament yesterday for my son's birthday, because he decided a couple days ago that he wanted to do his own guided meditation on a live call that we did, and we invited people from all over the world, and we did just that. We had a woman from Papua New Guinea and a woman from New York and women from all over the place come and join us and listen to Isaiah yesterday, and it was a dream that he had, and for me it's exciting to see that because of what I'm doing, because I've decided to follow my dreams and goals. My kids are realizing that they can do the same thing, and to see, these greater goals come into fruition is just amazing for me. So I know all these ladies, look at all these ladies hopping on. I'm sorry to have all these ladies with us. So yeah, this topic is near and dear to my heart, and I'm so excited that you're here with us as well, so that you can, make a decision to change your life as well, to create that abundance within you.
Yeah, thank you, Greta. That's so powerful. I mean, I want to also listen to the replay of Isaiah's guided meditation. This is so cool. So, and we're here. So you're up in Vancouver. You're in Vancouver Island, up in
Yeah,
Canada.
that's right. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I'm here in Los Angeles. By the way, we have a brand new chat roll down below, a new system that'll be able to carry over our comments from week to week, which is great. So that when we share something, people will be able to scroll back and see. So those of you that are watching, shout out below. We got a brand new chat roll. Say hi. Say where you're from, where you're watching from. And be able to stay tuned. If you're watching the replay, same thing. Hey, shout it out. There's no time and space. All of us, we all here together energetically. So, and we've got here, oh my goodness, we got Jenny and Gabrielle and Vashon, and we're all here, and it's so cool. This, we're all together actually in Lake Las Vegas at a mastermind, and now we're all here online again. So I'm going to talk, but today's topic is how to create abundance from anything, no matter what is going on. But first, let's go across with everybody. Just say hi for the new people that may not know who you are, a little bit about yourself, and what it is that brings you into being here with us. So we're going to start here with who wants to hop on first. I think Jenny, you came on. You were the first pop, and then Gabrielle. So we just go right. For me, it's right to left, I guess. So I'm going to start over with you, Jenny, and say hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. Tell me a little bit who you are, where you are, how many kids you got, where are you, what time is it in your neck of the woods?
Okay, yeah, well, it's first of all 2:15 a.m. here. I'm in Townsville, North Queensland, Australia. Yeah, so I have a daughter, and she's 17 months old now. So it's pretty exciting age, and I really am enjoying it. And I've just recently come home from Las Vegas, so we're just really enjoying each other. And yeah, so yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and because we were just talking earlier. I mean, you were telling me the whole reason why you do this business. You had this massive revelation about that a little bit in we were at the mastermind. You had that revelation. You were sitting by the fire pit. You want to share everybody briefly what that was?
Yeah, that was a pretty special moment for me, because when I went to Las Vegas, obviously my whole idea was to go there and with my business and really get down and figure out what it is that I'm doing, getting everything all right. But I was sitting there at the fireplace by myself one really early in the morning, and I just realized that I'm doing this for my daughter, but I'm actually doing it for me, so that I can be the best example for her, so that I can show her and leave her a legacy to watch myself, and to show her that I can do all these great things, and I want to show her that she can do it as well. So it's really about something for me that I never had as an example from my own mother growing up. So I really missed out on having somebody there to show me that you can do this. And yeah, so for me the revelation came, and I was actually crying. It just felt so real being there, I mean, the fact that I was there was insane, because I just didn't even think I was going to be there to begin with. And then all of a sudden I was there sitting out in this awesome place, and I'd never been anywhere really except New Zealand, obviously, probably about 3 years ago. So for me to be in the States, masterminding with all these super awesome people, I was just, I was in complete just bliss. And when I came to that revelation that I was there not only for my daughter, but for me to be that example for her that I was missing when I was a kid, and I was on that journey. I couldn't believe it. So that was just amazing.
That's wonderful. That is so wonderful. And Yeah, and that was such a beautiful spot there too. It was such a gorgeous place we were at. That's so cool. So I wanna pass over to Gabrielle. Let people know a little bit about yourself, and I'm gonna do a little bit of shout out for you. You can talk. You want to tell what happened to you, because you went there and you had an intention of what was going to happen. But even since the last hangout, we talked about something very powerful happened for you even after that hangout in the morning where you were on the airplane. I mean, it's incredible. You want to share it?
Yeah, sure. So for those of you who don't know me, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm Gabrielle Morrison, and I'm from England, but I live in Australia. So it's like 12:30 at night. Yeah, so I have two kids, a little girl, little boy, and yeah, I came into this business to change my life and to finally get myself out of the hospital, because I'm a registered nurse, and be able to stay home with my kids and not have to put them in daycare. So that was I've been working on that for years, since I had my daughter, and since having to put her in daycare at she was around 6 months. She might even have been younger. Like, I try not to think about it, to be honest. But yeah, from what Jenny was just saying then, like, it was, it started about that, but it's so much a journey for ourselves as well. Like, we're growing as women, and I've had massive transformations in myself. Like, I've changed a lot, and I've grown so much, and it's just beautiful. It's really beautiful. Yeah, so it's the power of intentions. Like I did mention before, like, if you're watching a couple of hangouts ago, that I went to this event with intentions to make a certain amount, make a certain amount of sale, and also bring new member into my team and go on stage and be able to talk about my journey. And the day before the event, I got a brand new member, and yeah, that was pretty amazing. It's actually a $3,000 result's not typical, so but that was just incredible. I was just like, wow, this is so cool. And it's exactly when I asked for it, just before the event. And when I made the intention, I said, this is going to happen. I said, I'm going to be on stage and I'm going to make this sale. And then once my Sarita, who you all know from on here, she said, look, she was going on stage, and her and the leader said, look, come up and share that story. And I was just like, no way. I didn't know how I was going to get on stage, but I knew I was going to, and I was like, this is awesome. So yeah, it was cool. I didn't say everything I wanted to say, because I just get really shy sometimes, and yeah, but it was just amazing to do that, amazing to have that experience. So anyway, I thought, okay, let's play with this, and I said, yeah, I'm going to bring another member into my team before I leave. And yeah, on the plane home, I think it was between LA and New Zealand, I had a new member join. That was another $3,000 sale. And I was just like, this is awesome. So yeah, it's just, yeah, now it's just snowballing. It's really fun, and yeah, it's really cool. It's just great to see, like, anything is possible, and you just have to stay focused. And well, there's so many things you need to do, but one of them is, have an awesome connection of people that you can come to all the time. And this is one of my, things changed a lot, even just starting to come into this hangout with these mums. So important. There's so many important things, isn't there? But one of them is the connections, and just having those people that you can trust and come to, like the like-minded people who believe in your goals. I think it's really important to have people around you that believe in you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what we have here, which is really special. Really special.
Yeah, and it's so, and it was so cool. It was so wonderful. Like I said, seeing you walking the door when we got to the mastermind, and I'm like giving you this big hug, and it's like, oh, it's so great to see you, Gabrielle. And I went, wait a minute, this is the first time I'm physically seeing you in person, but it felt because of this, we were, we're sisters.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's so cool. And then we have incredible Vashon, who actually took us through every day. You did these amazing. Vashon was up there. She can tell you what she was doing, but you did this powerful exercise with us every morning there that just like I felt so. I mean, it was powerful. I felt so grounded. Just like I'm gonna let you talk about it.
Well, hello everyone. It's so good to see you. And you know, the best thing was that I got to see you all, most of you, in person in Lake Las Vegas. And I can tell you, just like what Valerie said, it was almost like I already knew you because we've been talking these calls so much. So, you know, to see you in person, it was almost surreal. You know, all of a sudden the digital you is a real being. So it's beautiful. But what Valerie was speaking of is at the mastermind, I had the privilege of leading everyone through some Qigong exercises, which is a type of breathing and energy work that we do in order to really just to center us, ground us, but it's also used to strengthen your inner energy. And for the purpose of the mastermind that we were at, the type of Qigong that I did was to really join us together as a true mastermind, because that's kind of the purpose of a mastermind, is to be one-mindedness. So all of us are in sync and helping each other to succeed. It's not an individual thing, it's a group thing. And gosh, it was so beautiful. It was just a wonderful, wonderful experience to be there with all of you lovely ladies. And just to introduce myself, because I kind of got off there without doing that, my name is Vashon Borich, and I live in Branson, Missouri. So it's, let's see, about almost 10:30 a.m. here, so I'm not nearly as tired as the rest of these ladies, right? But I feel very, blessed that I could be on the call with you all today.
Yeah, and thank you, Vashon. We got such talent here. It's just amazing. We don't realize the amazing talent that we have here. And so we have a topic of today, and we can go in a lot of different directions on it with it. But it's how to create abundance from anything. And the example I kind of want to throw out there, because it's like, we're here, and we were talking about it being important, and we're connecting with the community and of like-minded people, which is what was so powerful about going to that mastermind. And I'm just suspecting there might be some folks that are watching this, whether live or the recording after, and might be going through particular struggles, or they're here. A lot of people, they come to a business and they have things in their lives that they want to change, right? They want a better financial situation. They want to have make more of a difference in the world. They want to bring their life. They have these goals of vision, things that they want to create that may not be physically present in the moment. And I know for me, part of, and it's an easy trap because most people don't think about what I'm going to talk about here, but we just assume that our life is based on the circumstances that are in front of us right here, right now, and that we'll be happy, right, when we have this outside vision goal that we're looking for, and that it's that process of I'm going to, work hard and I'm going to reach for that goal, right, and then when I have that outside circumstance physically present in my life, then I'll be happy. And then I'll feel fulfilled, and then I'll be, excited, and then life will be great. And the reality of how things work energetically is actually quite different. The reality is that if you have a vision, if you have a dream, and you can speak to this, I'm just going to, go into it, and then I have a little short exercise at the end, and I'm sure you guys will have other things as well. But the reality is that if you have a vision or something that you thought of that you want, whatever it is, something for your kids, something physical, something tangible, the mere fact that you thought of it means that in the there's sort of like the energetic of the universe, it already exists. It exists in the invisible vibrational form. It exists. It's already there. we are actually tied. We have right here, right now, within us, absolute joy and abundance. And that no matter what's going on around, that it's possible to feel absolute happiness, absolute joy, to have the feeling that all of your needs are met, that you have absolute abundance and even opulence and whatever, that it's right here, and that from that energetic space, that vibration actually creates the invisible to come to you, and actually places within you, if you make the intention to have the idea, like you get the idea of actions to take in front of you. Like, I don't know about you, but I even came to this business because I made the intention that I wanted something like this, right? And the next thing you know, I'm coming across into the internet, here I am, and I'm watching a hangout, maybe there's a button below, and somebody say, click it, join us, go here, click this button, watch this video, and then you can see exactly how to make this happen, right? Just like some of you might be watching this here for the first time right here, right now, but it's like you've made an intention to come to it, and you took an action, and then something's in front of you. It started with that intention. It started from that intangible place, right? And I'm just going to give a quick story. I mean, this is sort of an intense thing. It's rather different, but I was in a bad relationship, and the guy broke my shoulder. And I was lying there in a body brace, in a lot of pain. And I remember, because I had started to do a certain form of meditation, and I could have woken up in the morning. I couldn't even get into the bed. I had to sleep on the couch, and my mom was in the other room helping me. And I'd wake up at like some ridiculously early amount in the morning because I couldn't sleep. And I could either turn on the TV and watch that for hours, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to do my meditation. And so I'd spend like 5 hours doing that, and something powerful just kind of lifted up from within me that didn't make any sense, because there I was in a body brace, and it was affecting my work, it was affecting everything, and I'd lost the relationship. Obviously, that was the end of that. But all of a sudden, this incredible joy came lifting and bubbling up from within inside of me that had nothing to do with my current circumstances. It was not technically even logical, right? You wouldn't even say it's logical, but we have within us the ability to pull up a place of joy and wisdom. And from there, all of a sudden from that place, I just knew I could take little actions, right? And next thing you know, I'm talking to someone that says, hey, talk to this person. There's this healing modality that you can do, because the doctors had given up on me and said, you know what, you're going to have this broken thing and be disfigured for the rest of your life. And I went, somehow that just didn't make sense to me. And next thing I know, I'm doing all this homeopathic stuff, and then I found this other exercise routine. Not only did everything heal, but I actually ended up physically stronger than I ever was from before it ever started. But it started from this feeling where I allowed myself to feel an unexplained happiness, frankly, in the moment, and then just took action on what was in front of me from an intention of what I wanted. Now, that's sort of on the physical side, but it happens like Gabrielle had an intention that she wanted a result, and then next, it probably guided little things that she did. That next thing you know, she had like $2,000-$3,000 sales back to back, right? And Sarita's done this as well. I mean, it's like it's powerful stuff where the idea is you have the feeling inside before you have the physical thing. Because if we're always reaching, saying, I'll be happy when I make this sale. I saw you, Gabrielle. You were a happy camper. You were running around in this really happy, kind of like loving, joyful space. And it's like, oh, and here comes the sale. Oh, and here comes the sale. I mean, for those of us in business, right? You were there first. You had the love and I saw it. You had this love and joy. You were just this little bubble, right? And then it just came. You were taking actions, but you took the actions you had the space first, right? And it's a different shift, because if we're constantly saying, I'll be happy when I get that, right? Then you're always reaching. So guess what? You end up manifesting always reaching, as opposed to having. I don't know if that's going to ring true with anybody, but if you're always reaching for something, and you're never here and enjoying and allowing yourself to say, I'm happy here now, even if it doesn't make sense, because of what's around you, because you just know everything is fine, because you have everything. You just got to take whatever steps are in front of you, right? It could be a button, or it could be talking to this person, that person, taking this action, posting, whatever it is that you're doing. But you know that it's okay because you allow yourself to feel it and then take the action from there. What's possible? Do you have anything you want to? Is this driving, or any experiences that any of you have? I see Bashan, you nodding your head up and down. you want to jump out, or anybody? Oh, you're muted. Hang on. Just 1 second.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what's amazing, and the reason I was nodding my head is that a little background. I have two little boys, the age 9 and 6, and they're at school right now. But I was laid off about 2 years ago from a long-time job that I had, and even though they gave me a severance, it wasn't a lot in order to sustain me for longer than 6 months, or at least that's what I calculated out, but I kept focusing that everything was going to work out somehow, some way, and I just kept thinking, I know that this is going to happen. I know that the type of career that I want to do is going to manifest. And lo and behold, I stumbled across this business, and it's like a perfect fit for me because I love the internet, and obviously I enjoy meeting people and talking with people like I'm doing today. And I just kept thinking about that, and sure enough, this opportunity came along, and I can honestly say that I've not had to go back into the workforce. Now it's been almost 2 years, and it's all because that manifestation and that understanding of abundance. And every month, it just works. I can't even explain it. It just works. The amount that I need to keep my family sustained and continue living where we live in this beautiful area of Branson, and it really does work. But so much of it has to do with your mindset. If you don't believe, if you start projecting that fear, like it's not going to work, that I'm scared, I don't think that I'm going to be able to support my family, and on and on and on, we all can go to that negative spiral. But when you do that, then that will actually happen. It's negative, and you attract to you what you think about. And I found that the more I focused on the positive, the more great things started to happen. And I've never missed a mastermind, and I always had thought, I'm going to make it, even though my bank account maybe didn't say that I could. Somehow, magically, the amount that I needed would be there. And it always worked out for me. And I can say that abundance is really, it starts here, and then it continues to manifest in your life the more that you focus on the good and the positive and fulfilling your passions in your life. So for those of you that don't believe me, I challenge you to try it every single day. Think positive thoughts. When you get up in the morning, write them down so that you can read it first thing in the morning, what you believe is happening in your life, or even better, that it's already happened. And once you start saying that over and over and over again in your out loud and in your mind, things just start to happen, and they start to work, and it is like magic. That's all I can say. It is like magic when it does, and it really does change life.
Thank you. That's so powerful. And anybody, Jenny, Greta, Gabrielle, hop out and speak to this.
Yeah, it's so true. I feel that's how everything sort of went with me, just those positive affirmations every day. And I played a lot of games. I listened to Abraham quite a lot, Abraham's teachings, and one of the games is to pay yourself $1,000 every day. So it goes up each time, so 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and just mentally spend that money and just have that excitement of the things that you can do and how your life can change. I haven't done it though for a couple of weeks, so I'm gonna have to get back on there. I'm paying my mortgage off at the moment. It's quite fun. But yeah, there's lots of stuff that they say, and I wrote a few things down because I've got a couple of their CDs. But so you're saying things as if now. So I do like knowing that there's a fortune that has been amassed for me. You know, I do like knowing that my life experience has put things into vibrational estro. I do like realizing that the source within me has preceded me in its expectations of my receiving of that. Like, it has to be in the present. It has to be as now, because that's how the law of attraction works. If you're saying, "Oh yeah, it's going to be great," or when this happens, it's just not that. That's not how it works. And that I figured that out. It took a while. It's been a long road, but it was worth it. And it's just kind of thinking, oh, all that hard work every day of like being positive, because sometimes you don't feel like being so positive. It paid off. And my vibrations just shifted. And I sat there with my kids today on a Monday. I could have should have been at work, and I was just like, I was playing with them, and I'm like, this is just exactly where I wanted to be. And I was just like so grateful. And even that happiness is gonna be reflected back again, so I'll get more of it. So when you are happy and when things are going how you plan, acknowledge it, and it will come back to you always. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's
kind of a game.
Yeah, I love
the game of life. I don't know.
I love that. I love that. And the thing is that for me, I found that the more I do that, then because life, things can happen, right? And sometimes things happen because if there could be some like a subconscious thoughts that we might have allowed to believe in that are negative, like not connected to the absolute reality. The absolute reality is that we are love and we are brilliant and we have abundance and everything all right here, right now. All needs are met right here, right now. And sometimes things will happen to come up into our face, so that, like for me, I'll finally be challenged to say, okay, this is my opportunity right now to not believe what's in my environment in front of me, and to find this space, this inner reality, and feel it despite what's going on around me. I mean, I'll give like a really extreme example. I mean, I live here in Los Angeles. We have earthquakes, okay? And I remember being in the Northridge earthquake, and they tell you to get, when there's an earthquake, to go and like stand under, I mean, there's like certain frames you stand under that they're just safe to be when you're in that. So I'd happened to have fallen asleep on the couch or whatever, and the earthquake hit. It's before I had kids, and I jumped up and I was underneath the door frame, and everything's shaking, and all of a sudden, because I'd been doing at the time, I'd been doing a lot of meditation. All of a sudden, it was like I had this reflex reaction. I built it up from doing all this meditation, I think, where all of a sudden I felt like I was rooted to the core of the earth, and I was so calm and so safe. Where instead of being like, I'm hanging on and I need to be safe because the world is shaking, and it was literally shaking, right? I mean, the world was literally shaking. That was my external reality at the moment. But I felt all of a sudden this absolute core of safety and strength and calm, where I knew, I mean, it's hard to explain, but I just knew that I was calm and I was safe and that I was absolute strength. And I realized that it was like this, where I became like the eye of the storm. And then I realized that I had the power with my energy. And I said, okay, I'm keeping everybody safe around me. I started with the building, I started with the neighborhood, and I said, and we're all safe. I'm safe and we're all safe. That's the absolute reality. The world might be shaking, but we're safe. We're good and we're safe. And I felt this, it was so powerful, because what was inside of me was in such contradiction to what was physically happening around me. And it was one of the most powerful moments in my life, feeling that. And the thing is this, no matter what is going on, and it could be an emotionally turmoil thing too, where something's happening around you that you can get caught up in the drama of what's going on with people that are maybe not connected to their own inner reality and their own inner peace and their own inner strength, and people sending out negative jibes here and there and all this other stuff. it's possible, even in the midst of any craziness that's going on, to be that eye of the storm and to pull up love and joy in the moment, regardless of what's going on around. And that can actually transform, where you become the energy source that transforms everything. It can happen in personal relationships. It can even happen in business. I mean, some of you may have seen, if you've ever been in jobs and there's like strange kind of like dynamics that go on, it can happen in anywhere and anything. Where, I mean, even just little things like calling customer service. If I'm in a negative space and I need help with something, just something, I need customer service for something, I don't know, the TV or the internet or whatever, I need to call customer service for some product or something. And if I'm in a negative space, I'll get somebody else that comes back to me with a negative space. But if I am in this really positive space where I'm acknowledging, doesn't matter that I might be having a technical issue, whatever, I will reach and I will get and pull the best out of the people that I can. I've even had this with the IRS, for goodness sake. I have had to call because some crazy thing was going on where they made some mistake with the IRS. And those of you who don't know, if you're not in the States, the Internal Revenue Service, where I got into this positive space, talk about doing something, and it was something that affected my business, and I got a hold of someone, and I managed, one person led me to another person, which led me to another person, but I had this incredible happy space that everything was fine, even though it was technically in the outside, you could say it wasn't. And they said, you know what, here's the thing, I'm going to tell you, I want you to call this number, and I want you to say this thing, and they're going to ask you this question, and I want you to answer with this, and this whole thing's going to go away, and they're going to fix it for you, right? I mean, I got exactly to the person to tell me the exact right thing to do and say, which was like insider information, that I could have also gotten somebody that was just frankly, really belligerent and going, fill in your form and tough bananas, right? But I didn't. And it was the space inside that then I said, okay, I'm going to call it this moment in time, which got me this person from this. You see what I'm saying? Taking action from that place, and it was, there's chain reactions that happen in the universe. The universe is like friendly, working in our favor, that regardless of what's around you, you have abundance. That person existed, that solution was there, it already existed. I just had the confidence, I had the place going, okay, this makes no sense, I'm happy, I'll just make the call. And sure enough, by following my gut instinct to call this number here at this time, I got this person, spoke to them in a particular way because I had the space, I got the result that was already there, that I already knew was going to be okay, even though I didn't know how. Does that make sense? I don't know, that's kind of like a weird thing. You don't need to know how it's all working out. You just need to know and believe and have that happiness inside of tapping into it, because that's there. The energy of the universe is love, and it's there if we choose to connect with it and know that we have solutions for everything. Like, even, for example, this is silly, we have live fire comments in the bottom of this page, and I've been struggling with it, going, how, it's not working, I can't get it to work. And I just sort of sat back and said, I know I can do this. And then it dawned on me, oh, all of a sudden, because I was like, you know what, I can do this. I know I can do this. Don't know how. I've been like working on it, thinking about it for months, right? And then it just dawned on me, oh, just do a little search here. And I did a little YouTube search, which pulled up this 2-minute video. And then I realized, oh, I just need to do this one little thing here. It was like a tiny tweak away from what I needed to do. And I found the solution because I changed where I was inside. And then immediately just trusted my gut of taking, okay, I'm going to watch this, which led me to do this, which led me to do that. And now we have comments that are going to stay with us from week to week to week. And it was a simple solution in my business. This is a classic example of how it shifted. But it started here. It started here before it was manifest out there. And I just knew, I saw myself going, we have those comments. I just know it. Now I've just got to follow through with what I need to do to make that happen and trust whatever comes up. I don't know if that makes any sense. But the solution was always there. I just wasn't allowing myself to have it. Oh, if that makes any sense. I don't know if I just went off on some odd tangent there. If you pipe in, pipe up.
I totally get it. Yeah, because it's pretty similar to me when I first was looking into a business that will help me stay home with my daughter. It was just freaking out so much. I just like, I need to find something. Something has to be there, you know, because I don't want to put her in daycare and only see her a couple of hours during the day between, you know, daycare, work, and all this crazy stuff. And, you know, there was bills piling up for us. The relationship was strained, all these crazy things, and it felt like I was just going round and round in circles. I was freaking out, and I freak out a lot sometimes. But, you know, and then I came across, you know, just like I said, a button and people, and, you know, I started following these things, and I didn't really understand what was happening. And, you know, then I was sat down and I was told, hey, you know, this one exercise that just got me to stop, slow down, and actually visualize what my future looks like. And that intention of sitting down and working out in details of what that looked like and how it felt and what it smelt, and just bringing that into reality. I mean, I didn't know how that was really going to be possible. I mean, all I did was click a button, and I was just like, okay. And next thing you know, I'm doing something that put something that's so far ahead right in front of me, and I've never done anything like that. And it brought it into reality. And then from doing that, which is like, it was an exercise called Your Perfect Day, and just from that little exercise, my whole entire perception of what's going to happen to me, and all these crazy thoughts and all the negative situations, circumstances that I found myself in at the time, that all just didn't even really exist at that moment, because I sat down and I did that. After clicking a button, it was just like I was there and I could feel it. You know, and now till this day, I still go back there and I still think about how my perfect day looks like. I don't know how I'm going to get there exactly in details, but I have more steps towards it. You know what I mean? And things are happening, like to go to Las Vegas. I mean, I have a vision board, and I started doing that not long after I did my perfect day. And I thought, you know what, I have all these dreams and things that I want to do, but they're not in front of me. So after the exercise, I put my vision board back up, and I put in there that I was going to go. I don't know how I was going to do it because money was just a struggle then. I just put it in there. Okay, I'm going to go all in, and I'm going to find a way. And this is the date, and I put a date on that, and there it was. And as the date was coming closer, I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't know how this is going to work. But all of a sudden, on that month, like that date, I was just like, I'm all in. Oh my God, this is insane. I'm all in, and I just put that intention there. The intention, I didn't know how I was going to do it, but it happened. And then, you know, Las Vegas, I was like, I'm going to Las Vegas. I didn't have any money to afford to go to Las Vegas. I actually bought my mastermind ticket a month before I was even in the business, like totally all in. And I remember messaging Brian, and I was saying, I don't know, I might have to give away my ticket because I don't have any money for flights, accommodation, or the rest of it, like even the whole business itself. I was like, there's no way. And then he just said, look, just what are you, he asked me to go back to my perfect day, and I did. And I was like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going. And I put that intention out there, and next thing you know, I find myself doing a hangout with you ladies, where I'm sitting there and I can see Gabrielle. She's just like on the other side of the room, and you're in one of the rooms up in this beautiful hotel. Like, it was crazy. But it was all because I put the intention. I clicked the button. I started dreaming. I started making that dream more of a reality than just a dream. And then it'll just flow on from there. So, I get what you're saying. It's just trusting that what you put out there, obviously put out there good things, but those good things are already a reality for you, that they are happening, because that's exactly what happened to me and all these lovely ladies that you're watching today. That you have to put yourself in that positive mind frame and trust that you have this already. It's already on your lap. It's already right in front of you at your fingertips. And yeah, so just have that trust. So yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, the exercise she's talking about, that button below, and you click it, you get in. There's like a trial right now. It's like $7 you can get in. But there, you can actually have access to that perfect day exercise once you're in on the other side, the one that she's talking about. So if you want to get in and get access to that, just click on that, go in and get in, and it's in there in the system as part of the step-by-step.
I remember doing that and having the same experience, and just I couldn't even sleep because I was like, you know what, I can do this. And even when I went first all in as well, that night was just crazy because I started realizing like my dreams were going to come true. After all this time, I was like, okay, this is actually going to happen. It's just so weird. It's just crazy.
Yeah, you get the hot water.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So we're getting close to the top of the hour. Anybody else have any comments? Otherwise, I have a very short exercise to take folks through, just some affirmations that we can all say and close out for the week to come back next week. Anybody else have any other? Greta, Vashon? No?
Well, I could share as well about my whole all-in experience, but it's basically hearing from all these ladies here right now. I had such a similar experience where I was before I was all in, and the moment I made the decision to go all in, and not knowing how the heck it was going to happen, and making it happen within such a short period of time because of a certain exercise that I had done as well within the inner circle, which is something that you would have access to as well on the inside, a recording that I listened to. That once I made my decision, all of a sudden somebody had messaged me or left a comment saying, "Listen to this." I went there, I listened to that, and within I think it was actually in a shorter amount of time. It was supposed to be 3 days. I think in 2 days, I was all in. I found myself all in, and it was an incredible experience. I was so excited and shaking, and I remember I had my phone, and I was like cutting video about the whole process and through every video because I had these setbacks, and that could happen with you sometimes in life when you make a decision about something, and some people might stop. Some people might stop themselves from moving forward because something comes and they think, oh no, okay, well maybe this isn't really meant to be. But you know what? It's just the universe showing you that you can do this, like that you are stronger than you realize. And so during that whole process, and I was cutting those videos, it was so funny running back and forth, and I was just like so determined. I knew I was already there. It was just like, this feeling where your energy just gets like, it's like a boiling pot of water, and it's like that moment where it's like it's simmering, and it gets hotter and hotter and hotter, and you can feel that energy bubbling up inside of you, and it just like when you actually feel in that moment, like I've got this. And I was cutting the video, and throughout the whole process, my hair was getting messier and messier and messier, and so I was running back and forth, and it was such an empowering feeling. It was just like, wow, I can do anything. And I just also wanted to say, when this came into my life, you watching right now, if this is your first time and you just happen to come upon this page and this is your first time being introduced to this, or maybe it's the second or the third time, I realized that I had set an intention, and I was so excited. I knew I knew, okay, I set this intention. I was looking for authenticity. That's what I was looking for, because I was in a previous business before, and it was lacking that. And I myself have been the type of person where I need authenticity. I can't thrive in a place where there's a lack of authenticity, and that's what I was looking for. And I knew the moment that I was on the page that I was on, that I had found it, and that this is where I was going to be. This is where I was going to finally be able to nourish my soul and become the person that I needed to be to make a difference in this world and to provide the life that I now do for my children. So I'm just like, I got goosebumps thinking about it, because I know you watching right now that you're in the right place at the right time, and you are the right person right now in your life in order to do the things that you've always wanted to do for yourself. So let's do this. I'm excited to hear what Valerie
Again, I got this from it's Michael Bernard Beckwith, and if you want to get the original source, it's agapelive.com. So I'm going to read an affirmation. I'll say it, and then we all say it out loud. For those of you watching, repeat live, and it's vibrationally. You don't care who's around you, but you can repeat it live, because it's that vibration. There's something about you speaking it up. Okay. So, all right. Standing in my authentic wholeness, I deliver the gift of source within me. Standing
in my authentic wholeness,
I deliver the gifts of source within me.
I deliver the gift of source within me.
I have joy today.
I have joy today.
I have joy to give. I have joy to give.
Love to live.
Love to live.
Love to
and
live.
Peace to reveal. Yeah, and peace to reveal.
And peace
to reveal.
Abundance expresses in me.
Abundance
expresses within me.
Through me and as me.
Through me and as me.
I am a center of creativity.
I am
a center of creativity.
And a fountain of divine ideas.
And a fountain of
divine ideas.
My wonder-filled life is saturated.
My wonder-filled life
is saturated with plenitude and gratitude.
My wonderful life is saturated with
gratitude and gratitude.
Whole, complete, and perfect.
Whole,
complete, and perfect.
That's me.
That's me.
And so it is.
And
so it is.
That's awesome. We have to put a copy of that down in the feed underneath.
Yeah, I'll put it in the feed, and it's gonna stay till next week.
Yay! Well done. Thank you so much.
All right. Love you all. See you all next week. Join us.
Bye.
We'll see you all next week.